Hey everybody, welcome back to Talk Yarny to Me. I am your host Siri. Thank you for checking out my channel today. Just popped on another quick one because I don't have a ton of stuff, but I mentioned last week, I'm gonna show you, I'm grabbing my stuff, hold on. I mentioned when I talked to you guys about a week ago that I finished the Which Way crochet blanket. My friend loved it. She said she's gonna take it to the hospital for her when she has her baby because the hospital is so cold, so it'd be great. And I mentioned, I showed you the very beginning of my moss stitch blanket that I'm going to be making as my next project, and I wanted to show you guys my progress. So for one, thanks to everyone that encouraged me to use this stitch because I really like it. I love it actually. And it's gone, even for a single crochet stitch, it has gone pretty fast. What is my cat doing? He's over there attacking my purse. Anyway, it's gone really fast. It's only been a week. I feel like I'm actually at a big enough size that I could stop where I'm at, but I'm gonna go a little bit bigger. Just as a reminder, before I reveal, like, so much suspense, right? This is the yarn that I use, which is a Karen Baby Cake in the colorway Pool Party, which may or may not be discontinued right now. I'm not sure, but I bought this like a year and some change ago at Ollie's, on, like, you know, and Ollie's is a closeout store, but I feel like I've seen the same one back on the shelves. I mentioned that last time. Anyway, this is it. Wow, isn't that so cute? So pretty. So this is the moss stitch. This pattern starts off with like a little granny square in the center. Can you guys, I'm gonna see if you guys can see what my cat is doing. You see that? Oh, now he's gonna jump down and act all innocent. I have like a little, sorry, that was fast. I have that little hangy thing right there on my purse, like that holds, I guess it's like a little change purse. And he was attacking it adorably. But anyway, yeah, so this starts off with like a granny crochet, it's just one little granny square at the center, and then one round of half double crochets, and then it just goes directly into the moss stitch. I love it. It's so squishy. Like, the thing about crochet as opposed to knitting is that knitting, you know, I love the fabric, even just the regular garter stitch, which is just knitting back and forth. Like, I love the fabric that it produces because it's like so squishy. And crochet, while it does great textures and stuff, like, it doesn't always have like just a like squishiness of it. And so this does have like the squishiness of a knit project. And then also great texture. Like, I really like it. The colors, I can't take credit for that. That's just how the yarn was. But this is like 1.5 cakes of it. So I went until I pretty much couldn't get around twice in a color. So let me see if I can find where it stops. This last brown that I did, can't find it now. Oh, you know, I managed to get 2 rows of brown only because I kind of color control just a little bit. But the one before that, this green here, like, I couldn't get around twice. And I didn't want anywhere where I didn't want it to be like the rows so thin. Okay, like you see here. I didn't want just one, the stripes got so thin and it was just one row of anything. So once I got to this point, I did this brown, and then I was able to, because I kind of had to deconstruct the second ball anyway. I couldn't start right at the center because it didn't start at the same place. It started here. Second ball started here. So, but what was in the middle was this brown, but I was already past it when it was time to change balls. So I had to take out the middle and I think the first 2 colors, and I had to start it like at this darker blue. So I still had the middle section, which has, let me see it, like this here. This is the little piece I pulled out. So when I got to that last bit of brown that in my first ball, then I grabbed this and pulled out of the center just to get 2 full rows around. And then what I did was, instead of like tearing the thing up, like deconstructing the balls further, the thing further to like try to color control it, I was like, I'll just do a border in a different yarn. And I was digging through to see what I found. I found a yellow, which I was actually going to use originally, but then I looked and I happened to look around and I saw this Big Twist Classic in the color Blue Fog, which matches. So this here is the border in the Big Twist Classic. You see it matches this very light blue very closely. Like, you would not be faulted for thinking they were the same color if you just kind of said it, but this is like a little bit more of a blue and this is more of like a blue gray. This is more like of a light blue, but they're very close. They match very closely. So I decided I would do the border in this color, also because they match so closely, and that's like the correct order too. So it goes from the brown to the light blue, and I ended on the brown, and I just happen to have this blue gray that almost looks like it's the next color. But I really just wanted something that I had enough of. Originally I was going to do white, that I had enough of to make a substantial border, and so more than enough. So yeah, I feel like this is like, it's a good size. I feel like it's a little over 30 inches, but I want to try to get to 36. Let me see where we're at. I feel like it also depends how I measure it. When I measure it flat, it always looks a little, comes out a little shorter, and I don't want to stretch it too much, like get an inaccurate measurement because I stretched it a little too much. Okay, so just doing it like this is like 33, little over 33 inches. So I'm gonna go around a couple more times and get to 36 inches, and then do some kind of like shell stitch or picot or some kind of cute border. So this one is another one done, and I'll have 1.5 more of the baby cakes to work with. Is that fluff? What is that? I don't know what. There's like a thing. I don't know, maybe it's a light. There's like a, I don't know if it'll show up in the video, but there's like a, almost a glare on my screen. Maybe my screen is damaged. Anyway, we'll see if it shows up in the video. So I can either make another, like some other kind of, so it's 1.5 more. I might just put them aside to use some other time, or I might just make a blanket with them to just have in the reserves. And then those are just out of stash. Or I can make, because I'm almost thinking this is like came out like makes such a thick fluffy fabric that I might end up sending this one to Philadelphia. Like it's that's why I want to make it bigger too, because if I give it to someone like that, their baby's born in the summer, which all the babies that are being born soon are like, they're all June, July babies, that it's going to be too hot for them to ever use it while their baby's little. But if I make it a little bit bigger, then they can use it further on, like when they're a toddler, or like come wintertime when they're a little bit bigger, they can use it. Right now, like the kid will overheat if they use this blanket. It is thick. So because this is actually considered a 5-weight, which I wouldn't consider as a 5-weight, but it's very loosely plied, so maybe that's why. It's considered a 5-weight. Yeah, they say to use a 6mm. I'm using actually a 6.5. So, oh, I'm using a 6.5 because it's the moss stitch. I'm like, why would I use a 6.5 with this? But that's why, because it's the moss stitch. The baby cake is it's considered a 4-weight, and I would think they're about the same. This is just really loosely plied. I think that's why it's considered a 5-weight, just like, so you use a bigger hook and you get like something airier. So you like, it's gonna stretch down to at least a 4, you know. So anyway, now the cat's rolling around on the floor. He wants some attention so bad. I'll get him in a minute. So that's done. Other thing I finished is I actually had time to do Bod Hatapalooza this week, and I actually love it. I made this hat. I don't remember the name, but I'll put the pattern, the tutorial in the description box. I'll put the tutorial for this blanket in the box too. It comes from Creative Grandma. I don't remember the name of it, but it's just like it's got a regular double crochet crown increase, and then down here you do you start doing half double crochets, and then you do these ribs are accomplished by doing the half double crochet in the third loop, which is that little loop in the back of the stitch, and then this fourth rib is back post. And it just gives it, I guess it's to give it a little more texture and make it stand out more. Though with this yarn, it doesn't really, I don't feel like it accomplishes the look that it's meant to. It's meant to like stand out a little bit separate, like have a little bit of a gap, and then also like kind of stand out a little more. With this yarn, I don't think it does that, but I love the color of this yarn. It's like cranberry color and the feel of it. Let me show you what it is. This is I have no idea where I got this, but it's a Nako Vowels. The clearance sticker, this looks like a Joann's clearance sticker, but I don't know that they've ever had Nako. I feel like I got this like at a Goodwill at some point. I picked it up at a Goodwill at some point or something like that. But it's 100% premium acrylic, but actually doesn't even, to me, doesn't feel like acrylic. Like, here, so this is what I have left, and see, it's like a roving, if it's like a maybe 3-weight thin roving, a little bit fuzzy, very soft, very soft, and very smooth. It kind of reminds me of like, I have like these a couple of maybe 5 little kind of skeins of small, like 50 gram skeins of or hanks of, what is it, Noro yarn. It's like this red, like cashmere silk blend. It's cashmere silk and something else. I got those. I did get those at Goodwill. I found them and I just scooped them up. There was like 5 of them. They're really soft, but they're also like kind of a roving. They're bright red. They look a lot like this, but they're even softer. But it reminds me of this. That's actually what I originally was going to make this hat out of, but I was like, no, I'm going to save that. I'm probably still going to make a hat out of it because it would just be so nice. But I was like, let me not use that, because, you know, that's a special one. I gotta find some, like a really special project for that. So I used this instead. And I like it. It came out really nice. A little, I had to go like several, like her pattern, Bag O Days pattern, she only did like 1 or 2 rows of this little brim here, like in single. I think these are singles, just to give it a little bit of a brim. To get it to how I like it, even if I had left it like this, it would have been really short, like way up here. Like just to even get it to like a regular beanie size, I would have had to go a few. But to get it to where I like it, I had to go a lot. I had to do a lot of rows for the brim. So that's the only row modification I made. I like it. It came out really, like, isn't that nice? It fits really great. It's a great color. Like, this is, originally I felt like it was a little bit tight on me, but like putting it back on a couple days later, I like it. I might be just, it'll be tight just because it'll smush down my hair. Like if I'm actually going out, I'm like, okay, so I'll wear it and then like I'm gonna take it off, like hot mess. Whereas with a looser hat, like I can kind of take off my hat and have some semblance of not a mess. But I do like it. I think I might keep this one, but I can just also see somebody really liking this and feeling really special wearing something like this. And last year I donated all the hats to my son's school. This year I will probably, I think I'm gonna find a like a foster care program and donate them there. I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. And so I can just see some girl like feeling very pretty in this, you know what I mean? And warm. It's pretty warm for what it is. Without being too warm, because we do live in Georgia. I think I'm gonna start doing some more like 3-weight hats too, just because, for that very reason, because we live in Georgia. But anyway, so there's that. That's the other thing I worked on this week. I did that on Tuesday. It was a nice little diversion. And my other little diversion is I got back to putting some more rows on my scrap blanket, which is huge and heavy. I did like 1, 2, 3. I'm on the 4th new color I added. Here we are. Let me see how much I can show you. So the last time I showed you, I think I was here. I might have even been down here. I know I added, but I was stuck here for a while. I finished this row, or this color, this week, and then I got to this color, which is, this is like either a loops and thread, like either the loops and thread version of Karen Simply Soft, or it's the Hobby Lobby version. This I know is Karen Simply Soft. This is, I don't know what it is. This is a scrap one that I got from somewhere. But it's just it's like a Red Heart or something. It's like a regular acrylic. And then this is a Red Heart Super Saver, I believe. This is one of the first yarns I ever bought before I learned even how to do anything. I just thought, like, when I decided to learn how to knit, this is one of the ones I bought because I thought it was pretty. Like, yeah. See, it's like got the glittery strand that runs through it. I think I made something with this, but I don't remember what. And this is like the leftover ball. I don't think this, I hope it's not the full ball. Or the full, yeah, ball, because if it's the full ball, it's just gonna be one big block, and I don't like my scrappy projects to be one big block. Like some of the bigger scraps I have not been putting into it because I'm at the decrease now, and so it's getting smaller and smaller, and so it's like a bigger ball of scraps is gonna be like one large block in a project, whereas I like it kind of more like it is right here, where it's like one or two rows and it just changes. It's just more visually interesting. So my son's calling me from upstairs, so hopefully you can hear me. Hold on. Well, he's okay. So yeah, that's the only other thing. So I'm working on that. I think we're really close to being finished. Let me see how much of it I can show you. Without getting out of frame too much. See that? Hold on one second. So yeah, that is it. I will finish up this blanket. I know. Oh, did I mention? So I told you about the twin girls that my friend's daughter's having, and I found. So I was at Michael's. Teenager for sale. Anyway, where was I? Yes, my friend's daughter is having twins. So I was at Michael's the other day, and the Karen cake clearance has started. And so I guess the coconut cakes, which I don't really care about, and the cinnamon swirl cakes, which wasn't a huge fan of the new colorway with the like faded part, where I think some of them are on clearance, and then some of the skinny cakes are on clearance. Not all of them, because at first I thought it was all of them. I picked a few of a bunch of colors. But then when I went to check them, like a lot of them weren't. But I'll have to show you guys next time. But the Spumani, which is like a pinks and purples, I think, was on clearance for $5. And then this like other one that's kind of, I don't remember the name of it, but it was like blues and tans are on clearance. But I got enough of the Spumani to make 2 blankets. And I think what I'm going to do is going to do 2, like some kind of virus blanket, something like really decorative for them, maybe. Or maybe I'll just do something easy, and because I do know I want to do like some kind of virus blanket for me, or for my house as well. I think I'll use the other one for that. I got a couple colors. I'll show you guys next time. I don't need to get them out, but skinny cakes make a good blanket. I make a great blanket. That last, the Which Way Filet blanket I made with skinny cakes, and it was perfect. It was definitely like perfect, not too heavy. Like this thing is heavy. So heavy. Like I don't even think I could ever, even me who loves to be warm, I don't know that I'll be able to sleep under it. But it is just so heavy. Using 4 weights, but 3 weights make a great blanket, at least for where I live. Like, because I like to put a blanket on me even in the summertime, like if I'm just sitting around. And I was like able to, yeah, I think I told you guys this, I'm probably repeating myself, but like I was able to have it on me as I was working and like still like feel the fan blowing and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to do some more 3-weight blankets. They are perfect for me. Anyway, all that to say, that's kind of what's coming up. I am going to cast on something for me that's not a blanket this week, and I'll show you guys next time, hopefully. But because nothing like none of the rest of the blankets I'm making have like a due date or anything. Like I don't have to get them there in time for a shower. If they come after the baby's born, it's not that big a deal. I'm gonna have to mail them probably. It's just I'm not in any rush, so I'm taking my time. So now I can start putting other things back into my repertoire. So there's something I'm gonna cast on, maybe two things I'm gonna cast on for me this week. So I'll show you guys that next time. Anyway, I hope you all have a great week. Or a great time. I don't know when I'm gonna talk to you. I don't know if it's gonna be a week. I don't know if it's gonna be 2 weeks or whatever. You guys know who I am. Summer vacation. Today was the last day of school, actually. Well, he has like one day tomorrow, but it doesn't count. He had a half day today, and tomorrow's like a distance learning day, which I cannot imagine they're gonna be having any work. I told him he could stay up all night tonight if he wants. That's what he's complaining about, because I was like, just clean up your room, start your room the summer off with like a clean room, and then you do whatever you want for the rest of the night. He's been like playing on his Switch and watching his favorite like series on Netflix, and I'm like, I don't care if you stay up all night. I don't care what you do, but just start with a clean room tonight. And he's like, oh, Mom, can you just help me? I'm like, no, man, I'm not helping you. Like, you got, you're good to go. Just do it. And so that's why he's all snippy now, because I'm making him clean his room up in exchange for his freedom. So, but it being summer vacation means I'm gonna have some more free time this week, this summer, this next couple months. Soccer season ended, and a lot of stuff is done. So yeah, it's my vacation time too, I guess. So hopefully we'll have some more time to just do some things in the evening and like have some fun, do some videos, etc. But we'll see. That'll all come when it comes. But anyway, all that to say, you guys have a great rest of your evening or day. I don't know when this is coming out. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you when I see you. All right, bye.